And joining me via Zoom to discuss this is the former coordinator, Federation of Tourism Association of Nigeria, Lagos State Chapter, Gbenga Sunmonu. Good to have you join us.
Thank you very much. Nice joining you today.
So let's talk about this. And I want to really narrow it down to Nigeria in terms of how we have handled tourism in the country. Many have said that, look, we are focusing so much on agriculture as a means of economic diversification away from, our oil-driven economy. But perhaps we should be looking at tourism. Let me ask you your thought on that, and then also your assessment on how we have done in terms of how we have handled tourism in Nigeria.
Well, thank you very much. First and foremost, I want to thank you for this opportunity. I want to say that tourism in Nigeria is still far from it. We are just squashing the ground. We have not even hit the pole at all. And I want to also add that tourism, if well harnessed, is one of the low-hanging fruits that can generate income beyond what we're thinking of agriculture in this country. You will agree with me that after the post-COVID era, you will see the inbound of tourism within what we call local destinations all around the country. So for now, we are not doing tourism yet in Nigeria. We're just crushing the ground. We've seen their potentials, but yet we have not fully harnessed those potentials. I must say now what the government is looking at in replacement for oil is agric, which I have no problem with that. But I can tell you that with little income, with little investment in tourism, what we will get from tourism will double the income that we'll get from agriculture. That's much I can tell you.
And some people in the tourism sector have said that we have continued to view tourism as arts and culture, and we're neglecting the part of nature and conservation. But let me get your opinion on this, and I'll also ask you what you think we're missing in terms of developing the tourism sector.
Well, thank you very much. I think absolutely correct. I will agree with you. I'll just take you through national parks we have in Nigeria today. If you look at national parks, let me ask you, how many of the national parks do you know? You realize that today, history is not just going down the drain, and a lot of us don't even know those national parks we are talking about. So it's important that we know that what we're talking about tourism today in Nigeria is more of travels. And beyond travels, we have tourism. And tourism itself is not about just talking about destinations. It's talking about wellness. It's talking about religions. It's talking about business. It's talking about MICE. So tourism is an all-encompassing thing. And when you talk about tourism, you're talking about all-inclusiveness. Because with tourism, it's a good alternative for any of the economic diversification you can think of. Tourism, minimal income, great opportunities, great growth for the economy, high GDP for the economy, diverse multiplied impact on employment, and peaceful economy, peaceful society, and everybody's happy. So I must say that talk of our parks today is grossly underutilized. It's not well funded.
But let me just quickly jump in here, because I don't want to miss the point that you're raising now. I know we usually will put this at a doorstep of the federal government or the state government, who also have some of these sites in their states. Recently, we did a report on I think it was the Oshun Grove, and it was a beauty to behold. And I hope that people will look at that. But what about the local communities? Where do they come in all of this?
Yes, thank you very much. Now, in your opening remarks, you just mentioned something. This year team is rethinking tourism. And what Lagos State is doing at the moment presently is rethinking tourism through the host community. And if you look at Lagos State, for example, what I've done in Lagos State is to create tourism desks in all local governments. I must tell you, there's no local government that hasn't got these unique potentials. And those unique potentials are just wallowing away. And what are we clamoring? We're clamoring that everybody, local government in each state, should explore the potentials in those states. And with that, when you harness those states, tourism itself is a residual issue. It's an issue that lies with the state. So if what I'm just begging the government to do, federal government to do, is not, for God's sake, provide the enabling institutions, the environment. That's what we are begging. We are not asking for more than that. Provide the enabling institutions and leave the state and the private sector to drive tourism. If we do that, we can be sure that this will cascade not only to federal, but it also cascade to the states and to the populace in general. So with everybody coming together with an all-inclusiveness, togetherness in tourism development, like this year team is talking about, thinking tourism, and if you're thinking thinking towards that direction, you can be sure that if government says yes, we are ready, today you can be sure that private sectors are ready to drive this novel sector.
And I hopefully, people like you in the tourism sector will continue to create this awareness and push for a revitalization of the tourism sector. Thank you so much for talking to us. Former Coordinator, Federation of Tourism Association of Nigeria, Lagos State Chapter, Gbenga Sunmonu.